Do you need to install quarter round at the base of your baseboards? In this video, I will share a method you can use that does not require a miter saw to get the job done. Also, I'll share a bonus tip that you can use to put a better finishing edge on the end of the quarter round. Let's do this. It's important to install quarter round at the bottom of your baseboards to eliminate some of the unsightly gaps that you might see between the bottom of the baseboard and the flooring itself, or between the flooring and the baseboard. However, most people think you have to have a miter saw in order to cut these boards. You don't. I like to use a set of miter shears. Miter shears give you the ability to cut at multiple different angles. This pair actually shows you the angles right on the shears themselves. You simply twist to the angle that you need and you can cut. The really nice part about these shears is that they have a ratchet feature to them. So as you start to cut down, it's not one single movement. These are nice if you have issues with hand strength. It'll make it much easier to cut through the quarter round. Once you measure the length of quarter round that you're going to need, you can use your miter shears to cut a 90-degree angle. Now, a lot of people will just leave the end of it at a 90-degree angle just like that. I think that looks terrible. Even worse, a lot of people will cut it back at like a 45-degree angle and then paint that. I think that looks terrible as well. So here's a better way to finish those ends. Take a piece of quarter round that has cuts at 90-degree angles on both ends. You're going to make two 45-degree cuts with your miter shears or with your saw. Your first cut will be a 45-degree cut to the back flat corner of the quarter round. Then you're going to do the exact same thing on the other end of the quarter round and cut a 45-degree angle to the back corner of that end. This will leave you with these two small 45-degree pieces. Hold on to these. Now take the piece of quarter round that you have cut to length and you're going to cut 45-degree angles inward from the front side of it. So you're going to cut a 45-degree angle in on the right side and a 45-degree angle in on the left side. Now grab those little pieces that you just cut off on the end. Take the piece and put it up against the one end here, and you'll notice that it can give you a nice rounded corner that feeds very cleanly into your baseboard. To connect this, you can use a wood glue if you would like. I like to use CA glue to connect this because it dries super fast. Dab a little bit of the CA glue on the end and then position your piece and hold it in place until it sticks. Now you want to let it dry for a little bit just to make sure that it adheres properly, but repeat that process on the other end of your quarter round. You may notice that the corners get a little bit jaggedy, especially if you purchase the pre-primed quarter round. Take a little bit of sandpaper and sand off the rough edges. Now all you have to do is nail it into place. Nail along the quarter round to ensure that you have enough nails in there to hold it in place. Once it's there, I like to use my Alex Plus caulk that is built for trim specifically. Run a bead of that caulk across the top of the quarter round to fill in any gaps that you might have between the baseboard. Now you just need to fill in your nail holes, and 3M makes the best product to get this done. Squeeze a little bit out on your finger, push it down inside of that nail hole, try to mound it up a little bit so that once it dries, when you sand, you don't see a divot in the top. And then you can also fill in any gaps you might have in the corners where you glued those little pieces in. Once everything dries, make sure you sand off the tops of those nail holes that you just filled in, and now you're ready for paint. Hey, while you're here, check out one of these two videos, and until the next time, keep doing it yourself.